Welcome, everybody. I'm coming on a few minutes late here in the Intuitive Angel Messages group, but I'm super excited to be able to channel Kryon for the very first time. I've had Kryon hanging out with me the last few days, and it's been making me a little lightheaded and dizzy at times. Very strong energy. I've been asking Kryon I've been asking Kryon quite a few questions over the last couple days, and I'm really excited to be able to bring this energy, this frequency to the forefront and channel through me. Hello, everybody. And so I'm really excited. I'm really excited. And for those of you that are new to seeing me, hi James, hi Betsy, woo! Sorry I'm a few minutes late, but you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I've been channeling live in my group Intuitive Angel Messages on Facebook in between my readings, so sometimes the readings go a little longer, and that's okay, but always know that when I say I'm going to show up, I do, and that's what matters most. So yeah, the last few days, Kryon's been coming in a very strong frequency, very strong energy. I've been asking quite a few questions with Kryon. Some of the questions I've been asking are, you know, where do you come from? What are you doing here? And what are you helping us with? And so some of the responses have been, heard the call to come to Earth, decided to come and help out the planet and her inhabitants here, and hangs out side of the on the outer limits there of Earth and just watches, and whomever would like some help from Kryon will come in and help, but typically doesn't hang out around us too much, more hanging out in, what do you want to call it, in outer space, in the outer proximity of the planet. I said, are you one energy, or are you an amalgamation of many different energies come together? And Kryon explained just a few different energies coming together, melding as one to help. And I said, well, where have you come from? And it's a further distance away from Earth, and the frequency is very different too. Yeah, hey, yes, wow. You know, like Kryon is really full on. Really a lot of knowledge, a lot of information comes through when you have questions. Oh, I love it. So many people love to listen to Kryon. And I'd like to reiterate, I know you guys have heard me say this before, but when you have a medium or a channeler that's channeling these high vibrational frequencies, you know, it's going to be different through each medium because there's a different filter. There's a different energy within the medium. So, you know, when people ask, well, what do you recommend as a great medium or individual to connect with? I would say a high vibrational one, one that is aware of their own frequency, and so how an energy channels through is based on the filter and the frequency of the medium channeling. Yes, how exciting. So if any of you would like to you know, check out anything online as far as social media is concerned, you can check out my my business page. A lot of the reviews are located up on my business page on Facebook, but also I have a ton of my reviews I love to pop up. And I think reviews are important. I think learning and growing and flourishing together online, learning about each other, I mean, I really enjoy it. You can also see through Instagram. You can come and check that out. I love, I just went for a hike out in the forest yesterday, and I noticed right in the morning that I was really lightheaded, like, whoa. And then, whew, and then out in the forest again. And Kryon was right on my back, letting me know that Kryon was enjoying the hike through the forest. I could feel the energy coming out my eyes and just enjoying the views and this, you know, just enjoying the energy and the frequency in the forest. So these energies, you know, I mean, what I heard from Kryon next is how lucky and how blessed I am to be able to enjoy this experience on Earth, you know, and I think that's pretty cool to think that a being like this sees through us and says how we are so blessed to enjoy the scents and the smells and the visuals in the forest, or the yummy food you're eating, or the vibrant activities that you get to participate with other people. And, you know, I know some of us, as we are going through this spiritual time right now, are having moments where we are going more into kind of a hermit stage, maybe hanging out more alone. And that's okay too, because that's normal. As you are shifting and you moving in frequency, you may tend to want to be more by yourself for a time, which is totally fine. Now, many of you guys know my YouTube channel, but then again, many of you don't know my secondary YouTube channel, Lightworkers United. I love to post up other Lightworkers content up there. And I think it's really important to spread the light from other channels and support one another. And I love doing that. So where am I going live? Where am I going live? Everybody always asks me. I have been going live in Intuitive Angel Messages on Facebook. And this group I started 2.5 years ago. Can you believe it's been that long? But I love it. And I love connecting with each of you, and I love bringing in the light, and I like helping to grow all together. You guys think you're only growing and learning from me, but I learn and grow from each of you too, and I love it. All right, let's get down to it. I know you guys have a lot of questions. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Thanks, Betsy, for reminding me. The next medium is really is a mediumship class, in that we are going to be channeling the upcoming year in 2020. So we're going to be channeling what's going to be taking place globally, but also individually with each of you for a week-long class starting December 1st until the 7th. You guys see my website there on the screen. You can check out details under services. And man, myself and Ashley Cunningham, another heart-centered medium, we're going to be joining together, and we're going to delve in and talk about a whole lot of different stuff. We're going to set up 2020 right. We're going to do, talk a little bit about the year of the rat, which is coming up. We're going to talk about how moon cycles can affect your frequency. We're going to talk about what's coming up for you individually and globally. I mean, only $99 US. So we would love to have you join us. It's an online class, and you can participate when you are able. Okay. So if you're working, don't feel like, you can come and catch in on the lives or the pre-recorded material around your schedule and your time zone. I just love it. So you can come and visit my business page like I posted up, and you can see the details there, or you can go to my website and check it out there. Or look under events and Intuitive Angel Messages. Oh, yes. Oh, my. Oh, I love it. Oh, my. Okay. Any vague questions that you have, I'm likely going to skip. So if you have a direct question for Kryon, I'm going to jump in on it. And any questions that are, you guys know me, any questions that are pertaining to help everyone, I'm probably more likely to go for, so that everybody can flourish through that guidance. And so first I'm going to channel Kryon's message. and then I'm going to take your questions. So let's see how long we can hang on with this frequency. Okay, I'm ready. Thank you, everyone. It's an honor to be able to channel through this dear one. It is an honor to be here with her on Earth, helping each of you, those of you who call upon me, to come and help. My frequency, my energy is vast. It is expansive. It encompasses the outer perimeter of the entire planet. And I funnel my energy down singularly for this dear one today in order to channel through the top of her head. He's coming in right here. Okay? So letting you know that he's vast, but he's coming in and channeling through the top of my head. Okay. There's a time and a place for each of us. And each of us will know, we will be signaled as to when this time and place is. There's a time and a place when incarnating here on Earth for sorrow. There's a time and a place for joy. There's a time and a place when it's best in vibrational alignment with awakening. There's a time and a place for ascension. And all along the way, there is a great amount, an exponential amount of growth and learning. The growth and the learning is what is most important. Being curious, asking questions, receiving knowledge, whether in your 3D seeming realities or claircognizantly with ideas and information that enter your brain, your mind, gut instinct, intuition, clairsentience, or moving and progressing along to clairaudience in listening to the incoming stream of information coming through your vessels. Each of you can do this. It is simply just stilling your mind, quieting your minds long enough for us to be able to enter. And then, of course, there is clairvoyance, which is images being formed within your minds. Although there are those who are seeing a lot of different frequencies outside of their minds. All right. Boy, he talks fast. Real fast. He says, I sure do. Okay. It's all a process and a progression, whether through this lifetime or on to the next. You will receive what is best for you in the moment and nothing more than so. Meaning, what is needed in your life experience on your path in the moment that is what is best for you. You won't be given too much more than what you are capable of receiving. Mm-hmm. Some of you are having a difficult time in your life experiences, and you think, I can't take much more. But know this, you are strong enough. The souls that choose to come here and incarnate on Earth are strong. They're tough. And they can do it. And they will do it one way or another. Whether completing certain tasks, lessons, and growth in this lifetime or on to the next and the next and the next. For you see, this is an eternal journey. And these lifetimes here that you incarnate through are but short, brief specks. For the eternalness, the expansiveness of your soul. Call on me should you need me. Call on me if you need my support. Call on me if you need my strength. I have more than enough to go around for each of you. My energy is very expansive. Okay. Okay. So, Bonnie asked, what does it mean to be an old soul? It means that you have traversed traversed, I'm trying to narrow it down, into different bodies, different frequencies, different vessels, multiple times over. You have a lot of experience under your belt. This knowledge carries on with you throughout many lifetimes. There is no better or less than based on how many lifetimes that you've had. Yes. And in many cases, it's not how many you've had, but rather the quality and the experience that you've had throughout that individual lifetime. Okay. All right. Is there a punishment for suicide? Only if you believe there is. Since you are the manifester of your reality, if you believe that there is, then that may be what you create when you cross over. I suggest that you do not create that experience. Create a pleasant one. There is no asking for forgiveness. The only individual that may wish to forgive is you forgiving yourself, in which I highly suggest that you do. Forgive yourself for everything, not just on the topic of suicide, okay? Forgive yourself. Let it go. For spirit does not hang on to such things. Oh, that's a great question. How does a soul begin or expire? Source, light and love, universal oneness, the Godhead, whatever you want to call it. Okay, it's everywhere. It permeates through everything and it's everywhere. It is expanding and it's expanding itself. It is creating more of itself, expanding outward, if you want to say outward. That is how one is created. However, light and love has always been. There has never been a beginning. And there is no end. There is no expiration. There is growth, exponential growth, whether in a vessel or out of a vessel, well, he says a vessel, but really everything's energy, right? So you can learn in a body or out of a body, and transmute the density as you go along, which Kryon highly recommends that you do, by way of asking for assistance and help, letting go of that which is no longer needed, the low vibrational thoughts, the heaviness, the density. But there is no expiration. There may be, if you choose, a remerging back in with all that there truly is, source, light, and love, should you wish. Okay. Kryon wants us to picture what this is. It's a frequency that is so high vibrational, so light and love filled. Even these words do not do this frequency justice, okay? But we're trying to put this into a verbal way of describing what this is. It's everywhere. But on the same path, we are also creating by way of what we think and our thoughts and what we speak and our own vibrational frequency, okay? And temporarily housing ourselves in these vessels on earth in this lower vibrational frequency, we just temporarily pinch ourselves off from this high vibrational frequency. However, this high vibrational frequency is now permeating the planet and all of the inhabitants here, including the planet herself, and starting to lift and raise the vibrational frequency within each of us and the planet. So it's just a matter of time. Some souls won't be ready for this path and will choose to incarnate elsewhere and continue the 3D experience. And some of you will choose this path. You will want to feel better. You will want to lift and raise in vibrational frequency, and you will want to step forward on this new earth. This is the path in which I suggest you take, and I suggest you take it seriously. Okay. Okay. Betsy is saying, in this new energy, what methods of energy healing do you recommend? The first one that's coming in is Angelic Reiki healing. That's the number one, top one. I'm going to ask why in just a second. There are several other forms of healing that one can take and or be trained in, but the highest vibrational one that has the most impact on one's vessel and energetically, in Kryon's opinion, is Angelic Reiki healing. Do you want to say why? Because it's the highest vibrational frequency. It's the high, you're bringing in the highest vibrational frequency through that modality. There will be others that will come along that will even trump that down the line, down the years to come on Earth. But for right now, is Angelic Reiki healing. Thank you, Kristen. Ooh, how might we ask better questions that summon greater energy and clarity from spirit? Be direct. Be direct. I appreciate directness, and I expect directness. Be straight to the point. Be transparent, even when you don't want to be. Try to be. Open yourselves up. Open your heart spaces. Be transparent. Be direct. This one is okay. Now, really, I know, but I'm direct, and I try to be as transparent as I can be. And Kryon saying I'm doing a great job at that. But as Kristen says, nothing is perfect here on Earth. So also, don't try to be perfect at this, or, there is no such thing as perfection, but being transparent and direct is important. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. Love it. What ways would you recommend one raises their vibrational frequency? hand off that junk, garbage to me, and I'll transmute it immediately. So what does that mean? Any low vibrational thoughts, any feelings, emotions, thoughts that sink your vibration, no matter how often they come in or how extreme they are, how much suffering you're going through, I want you to hand that off to me so that I can transmute it into the light repeatedly. And that will then make room for more high vibrational frequency to enter your minds and your vessels, your mind and your body, your energy, all of it. So shovel it out so we can bring in more high vibrational frequency. This is how we can help you. Those of you especially enduring or suffering, we wish for you to please continuously hand this off to us, whether it be your guardian angels or God or Kryon or whomever you feel affiliated with. It could be your grandmother, it could be your best friend, it could be anyone that can transmute that for you, okay? All right, wow, that was intense. Let me look down a bit ways away. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's been said that you're an AI entity of light and love from the future. Is this true? From the future? Well, you know how he's going to start this off. There is no past or future. There is only the present moment of now, but I'm just going to let you take that. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. Okay. So AI intelligence, or just give me a minute. Kryon's trying to think of a way to explain this. Discussing it with somebody else as to what's best to channel through. My energy comes from another time, if you want to believe in time, okay? Another time, space, reality in which knowing this planet would need help and assistance. And when the time came and the calls, the cries came from Earth for help and guidance and assistance, my energy then came forward in order to assist here. My energy is an amalgamation of different frequencies brought together in order to work as one, or if you wish to see it as working as a team, in order to assist the souls, the beings of light and love here on Earth, including the Earth's soul, energy, frequency herself. She's still a young planet, and a lot has transpired upon her in a very short time. If you want to believe in time, space, reality, that's all that we need to know at this time. Okay. Oh, I love that. Love that. Yes. So what are some of the main things that you want to help people with here on Earth? or just cleaning up the dense vibrational frequency. So the heaviness, okay, that's the number one thing Kryon wants to help us with. So it's the overthinking, the overanalyzing, there's so many. It's just like you should see how fast it's coming in my head. The obsessive compulsive thinking, the addictions, the trying to cope with just being here, the heavy thoughts, the heavy feelings about whatever is transpiring in your life. Just start to hand these things off and let Kryon take them and transmute them. It's also about cleaning up the planet's frequency. There's heaviness here that has been here for some time. It has been here long enough, and Kryon is assisting a team of energies here working, cleaning up the earth and the earth's back, and then asking us to also do our part by participating in cleaning up the earth, cleaning up the environment, using non-toxic products, fueling our bodies with high vibrational foods also helps to raise our vibrational frequencies. And being the still observer, being aware of the thought forms in which you are projecting out. Your thoughts are energy projecting out. You are the manifester of your realities. I highly suggest that you take this very seriously as to each and every thought that you house within your mind and how it affects your vessel and how it affects those around you. Speak kind, loving words to one another only. If you wish to have a word with someone out of frustration, try to cool down, try to vent elsewhere. Kryon loves the red rooming technique. I've made a video on my YouTube channel if you want to look up red rooming, where you can get it out, let them transmute that heaviness so that it doesn't affect the collective consciousness. And then when you've cooled down, come in and speak calmly. Rather than venting on one another, yelling at each other, using certain language that is inappropriate with one another. This is all heart-centered movement, moving forward on the planet, loving one another, coming from a heart space for one another. But first and foremost, for yourselves. Love yourselves. You know, Kryon's laughing and saying, you know, in the Bible where it says, love thy neighbor, let's start with loving yourself first. And then we can move into loving thy neighbor. That's intense. All right. All right. Okay. So, how prepared should we be for the days of darkness? Again, you are the creators of your reality. If you wish for days of darkness, then you will create days of darkness, okay? Or heavier frequency permeating in through your life experience. If you wish to have light and love and heart-centered path ahead and experience, then you will work within and or on yourselves to be more heart-centered and light-filled and create that reality for yourselves. You know, the pictures on Facebook where we have the planets and then one path is going to be the 3D and then branching off to the 5D, okay? This branching off stems and starts from within you first and foremost. So you will decide which path you take by being acutely aware of the frequency in which you house within yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your frequency, your energy, how you feel. How do you feel after you eat certain food that's maybe not good for you? Do you feel good or do you feel not so good? Although eating food looks very enjoyable. I'm in agreement. All right. Okay, let's see here. Is it valuable to learn about the Akashic Records, and how does one do this? It can be valuable. It can give you a broader perspective of where your soul has been and the density that is, it can help it can help you learn about where your soul has been, but it can also help to uh, isolate and focus in on the density within yourself from other lifetimes in order to transmute that. It is all about letting go of the heaviness, the density, that which is no longer needed in order to lift up and raise up in frequency. So yes, Akashic record readings are good, and you can locate an Akashic record reader or practitioner. Oh, yeah. Are we getting nearer to the tipping point of awakened light beings to shift to higher dimensions? We've already tipped. That's the first thing coming in from Kryon. It's the first thing I've heard from other angels, archangels. I've heard the same thing. So we've already tipped, okay? And we are on the precipice of now really moving in a light, heart-centered direction. But it's going to take still a lot of work, and a lot of work from us individually, depending on where we wish to go, since we are the creators of our realities, and depending on where you want to go. And it's also taking a lot of work to come from spirit, the high vibrational frequencies here on Earth helping the planet as well. And it's also going to take more lifetimes for us to come back and get this. But we can make great strides in this lifetime, and it has tipped, and the ball has gotten rolling, and everybody is celebrating on the other side that we are finally here at this point. Will everybody be coming? No. Will we begin to make this planet a paradise, if you wish to call it that, or a high vibrational location for souls to reside, whether in a physical body or not in a physical body, however they choose? Yes. This planet is being taken back by the light now. Okay. Yeah, how do I see Kryon? Kryon's not really letting me see the full picture. This happens when I give readings and I am channeling where has this soul been. I actually just had a reading today where that happened, where I was looking into where this soul has been because the frequency was so different, but they wouldn't let me see what the vessel looked like, or where this soul had been. I knew that it was a very mental oriented vessel, larger brain, telepathy, could do a lot of things with the mind. Other souls have incarnated on planets where it's very heart centered, very heart, and maybe not as much in the head, but more in the heart and feeling and love and light. So I tend to be able to pick up on Pleiadian, Arcturian, Lyran, Siren, Gray energies, but there are some that I'm not familiar with, and Kryon is definitely an energy that is not like anything else I have experienced. Just chuckling. Do you want us to see what you look like? Energy, seeing me as energy, for that is in truth what I am. Frequency, energy. uh, Talking about coming into a vessel, like a body. I come in and channel through and speak and enjoy moments in vessels like this dear one, but not residing in one, and choosing not to reside in one. Much too much work to do where I'm at. There's a lot of work. What one lifetime for each of you is like a on the from my observational point. Okay, so like a lifetime is like a boop on the radar in the grander scope of Kryon's energy around the planet. But Kryon looks forward to working with many of us as we come in and out of bodies repeatedly on this planet, learning and growing, learning lessons and growing in and out. Yeah, well, I can tell you that question, answer to that question. Angelic Reiki, there is a website you can go to if you look up Angelic Reiki therapy. And they have the practitioners that teach it in Canada and the US, although it's still new in these two countries. If you reside in the UK, it's much more mainstream. Yep. And so you can look up, yeah, and there you go. Somebody's also mentioning Kevin Morris. You can look up his Facebook page on Facebook, or you can go to kevthehealer.com, and he has a lot of information there as well. Spirit guided a gentleman to Kevin yesterday. Oh, let's see, where are we going now? Okay. All right, so you have a question about the animals on the planet, and you're wondering if they're moving into higher dimensions, and will they meet us there, or as we raise our vibration, or are they just choosing to incarnate, not incarnate any longer? No, the animals are going to continue to incarnate here. Okay, so many of you who know me, I'll say, oh, that's a godsend. Like, that's like the best thing ever. And I don't say it like religiously. I'm like, that's a godsend. You know, like, oh my God, this is just amazing. Okay, so the animals on the planet are like a godsend. Kryon's using my slang term here. So they are literally a godsend to us. And the animals are going to keep incarnating here. That's not going to slow down or stop. They are higher in vibrational frequency. Kryon's laughing and saying we're all animals here. But some of us have a different frequency. We have a different way that we are using our brains. But the animals will continue to incarnate here, and they're very good for us, and they're very high vibrational, and they're doing us a great service. And that's why Kryon is calling them a godsend, because they're doing us a great service by being here, like in many ways, not just energetically. All right. Yeah. Ooh, great question. People share minds. If I'm thinking positively, but surrounded by people who aren't, and they're just lower in vibrational, but you can't leave, any suggestions to dealing with that and maybe raising their frequency, or maybe your own? That's a good question. There's always a way. Kryon says there's always a way. Okay, always a way. You can remove yourself from that energy at any time, whether for short periods of time or permanently. If something energetically does not make you feel good, I wish for you to question that. And then I wish for you to really ponder upon that. And then I wish for you to do something about it. You can call me in to assist. You can lift and raise your own frequency. You can shield yourself from that outside frequency, although that is short-lived. A more of a permanent solution will be necessary, unless you're all right with just staying where you are, and just, being aware of it, maybe complaining about it, but not doing much about it. That's also an option. You can ask for your spiritual team to transmute the dense frequency, not only from within yourself, but from the individuals around you, from the energy in your home. This dear one likes to call in Archangel Michael to come reside in her home, as she calls an in-home filter. That's another way. Each of you are beautiful souls. You are each beautiful beings of light and love. More than you can possibly imagine, more than you can ever know. Please see each other in this way and know that those of you that are heavier in vibrational frequency or denser or stuck or set in your ways, seeing things a certain way that is maybe not necessarily healthy for yourself or others around you, please see those individuals as having maybe some like a dust on them, okay? Like a heavy dust. And that dust can be swept away. You can sweep this away off of these individuals to bring out the bright light from within them. The bright light that they are, so that they can shine brightly. And we see this when looking at each of you here on earth. We see your light. We see how bright you are. And if you would like to shine brighter, if you would like to ask for help in order to dust off the individuals around you, we can also do this. What's most important is that you ask for help. It may not come overnight. You may not see it right away. It may take time for us to work behind the scene of your life experience to manifest the desired outcome of what you are requesting. We will likely bring about it in a way that you can't imagine. So don't try to. But know this, once you make this request, we will step forward and we will help you. You will receive guidance from us, nudges. You will be strongly guided. Once you ask, you will not be able to just say, no, I'm not going to listen to that. I'm just going to keep doing the same thing I've been doing and complaining about it. I added that last part, the complaining about it. You will be guided strongly to take action steps in a different direction, whether that be changing your diet or removing certain individuals from your life experience or changing job, career path, or relocating into a higher vibrational location on the planet, whatever it may be. Whew. Intense. Ooh, when are the Lemurians going to make themselves known to each of us? They already are. They can have conversed several times through this dear one and many other mediums. You can call upon them anytime. If you mean physically, that will coincide at the similar or same time as the planet and the inhabitants on the planet being ready for more visitations, not only from the Lemurians, but from the ETs that frequently visit the planet. When there isn't that fear and heaviness, that is when these light-filled ETs and the Lemurians and many others will make themselves more present and known to you. So essentially, Kryon's smiling and saying, essentially, this is entirely up to you. You must be a vibrational match. If you're heavy fear and are unable to, or not being willing to be aware of your own frequency, then what makes you think that another energy, another being is going to step forward and greet you? That's pretty blunt. Kryon says it's the truth. Still kind of blunt though. I mean, I see ETs all the time. This is me talking now, okay? But like I'll see in full picture of who is here and what they look like, all that. But I don't panic or freak out. There's some ETs that I see that I sense the energy and the feeling, the frequency of that energy, but they won't show me what that energy looks like because they don't want to upset me. But the stuff that I'm already familiar with, I'm familiar with what a gray looks like, or a half breed, if you want to say, or like I know what Pleiadians look like, Arcturians look like, Lemurians. It's not shocking to me. And I have some of them show up and have a conversation if I'm channeling them. But I don't let a highway happen here in my home. No, absolutely not. So if they're here for a purpose or a reason, I'm going to channel them. They're here because of a reason. Then yes, I will converse with them and look at them, but I don't freak out. If anything, just keep nice and relaxed. You can ask, what are you doing here? Who are you? A lot of these ETs that are with us are energies that we've incarnated with in other vessels, and these energies are coming to this lifetime here with us to help us as we go through this lifetime. So if you've been a Pleiadian a lot, you'll have these Pleiadian ETs. This may have been your father or your mother in this lifetime, but you've incarnated many times with each other. But they're here to help you with ascension or transmuting density, or just keeping a supervision eye on what's going on energetically around you, working with your spirit guides. Oh yeah, and I mean a lot of people have that. A lot. If I were to tell you the percentage of what I've seen, which is just my perspective really, I've seen like 90%. And a lot of people say, are we star seeds? We're all star seeds. I've never seen a soul that has only incarnated on Earth. A star seed means you've been in another body, in another experience, maybe another dimension, maybe another planet, however which way you want to word that. And then you've done maybe a couple different energies or bodies, and then coming to Earth. So I've never met anyone who isn't a star seed. Well, I mean, that's like anybody saying that only so-and-so can channel Jesus, or only so-and-so can channel Archangel Michael. We can all channel these energies anytime we wish, and they don't limit that access. Nobody limits that. If someone's limiting that, I would say that's likely coming from the ego. Would you like to say anything on that? On saying that only a certain person can channel your frequency? He's just doing this. He's saying, he's just saying hogwash. It's just silly. If you think about the broader perspective, okay, we are all energy, and we are all of the same free energy coming from, we are all light and love. So to say that one section of that light and love energy can only channel this section of the light and love is silly, isn't it? We're all of one. We are all one. Do you want to say anything else on that? He's doing this again. All right. He says it's silly. It's just silly. Yes. Okay. So do you want to say any last words? Yes. It is an honor to be here encompassing your planet. And I wish for each of you to take your own individual journey seriously and really hone in on what is serving you and what is no longer serving you. If it feels good, if it feels right, if it feels high vibrational, move in that direction. If it does not, if it feels heavy, if it feels lower in vibrational frequency, if your thoughts are running your mind, if you are over analyzing or obsessing or fixating, please call me forth and I will assist each of you. You are each near and dear to me. I take my mission very seriously here, encompassing this planet, and I call you each forth to step forward and take your own life experiences as equal as seriously as I take this purpose, this mission in helping and assisting each of you and the planet herself. Take it seriously. Be the still observer of your mind. Observe the thoughts entering your mind. Be aware of your own frequency and how it is affecting you and how it is affecting others. It will always start and will always be within you. First and foremost, you've got this. You will do this. I am Kryon. Thank you, dear ones. Love you guys. It's an honor. It really is.